Hey, welcome back once again to Psalm 146 Home and Garden. Today I'm making a dish called tinga and I'm gonna show you how. Now I already got the stuff cooking, and for whatever reason my son is having a quiet time sitting down now, so maybe I can get a full video done, but if not I probably won't even post it, or I'll do a voiceover. But I've got two very large chicken breasts here, and I got some guajillo chilies, and there's a chipotle pepper and a morita pepper in there. Got half of a jumbo size onion, and then somewhere in here, which I don't even see it, is probably buried, I put a whole head of garlic in there, and I put just about an inch of water. So I'm gonna boil that, and then when the chicken is thoroughly cooked and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and add in, why not add in, I'm gonna go ahead and take the chicken breast out. Oh, let me tell you what else I put on here. What is this? I got basil, a little bit of oregano, and I did throw some ground cumin in here as well, and salt and pepper to taste, of course. And then when this is like thoroughly cooked, I'm gonna cool it down and shred the meat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the tomatoes inside this same water and blend it with the chilies. And as you can hear, this bird is starting to chirp in the background. But so that's it for now. So I'll be back in a little while, Lord willing. Okay, so as you can see, I got the chicken all shredded up here, and then over here I got the rest of the onion all cut up. And you're gonna see me using a lot of these because I thought we were moving. I don't know if we're still moving, but most of my dishes and kitchenware and whatnot are packed into moving boxes. But the person that owns this house that had it on the market, we're still waiting for them to tell us that it's okay to move to the apartment that they own, but they haven't told us anything. We were supposed to move in June. And now the sign that was for sale is not even outside anymore, so maybe they pulled the house off the market and haven't told us. So I don't know if we're staying or going or whatever the case is. But you're gonna see me for now with these disposable plates, just out of convenience, just for now until we get things figured out. But like I said, I got the chicken shredded up, and hold on. So I had thrown in 2 big tomatoes, and you can see that head of garlic right there done bust up and whatnot. There's the other half of the onion. There's a chipotle pepper. There's guajillo and pasilla peppers in here. And what I'm gonna do is put all these items into a blender, and then I'm gonna throw the chicken back into this pot real quick. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so that's about as much water as I put in it. And the thing is that this particular small blender says not to be putting hot stuff in it, or not to be blending hot stuff, because this one is actually for smoothies. But do as I say and not as I do in this case. But I gotta be extremely careful when I reopen it after blending, otherwise it splatters everywhere because the heat creates pressure. So I'm gonna set that aside for a few minutes, as a matter of fact, and let it cool down some. But like I said, we're gonna take this and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna put this. See, there's still some of this in there. We're gonna put that back in the pot. And the reason that I'm making so much is because as part of this movement called the Modern Home Economist over by Homemaking with Denise and also with Ebony, Ivy, and Time, we have this thing where we call it planned overs instead of calling it leftovers. And what I'm actually gonna do, actually I think she got that term planned overs from Yellow Door Homestead, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but that's a possibility. But anyhow, the thing is that we're planning to use what would be called leftovers. And what I'm gonna do with this dish is actually repackage it tomorrow as enchiladas. But today it's gonna be tinga that we eat on tostadas. So I'm gonna just like let this stuff soak into here, and I'm gonna mix it up real quick and like let these juices soak in and whatnot while I'm waiting for the other thing to cool down. And I'm gonna mix in the onions too, but I'm gonna need both of my hands to do that, so I'll be back. Okay, so you can see how it's like a nice really thick paste in there. That's why I left some of the water in the bottom of this. So we're just gonna pour it all in and get it nicely. Oh, this is hot, hot, hot. That's another reason they say don't be blending stuff that's hot in here, because it's just hot to hold it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water into that, and I'm gonna get this stirred up real quick. Okay, so now it's all incorporated. And on a normal day, I would actually add beans to this, whole pinto beans. But since I'm gonna be reusing this today, I'm gonna leave that out because I'm gonna make enchiladas tomorrow with it. But otherwise, on a normal day, I would either use whole pinto beans or whole black beans, whichever one I happen to have ready. But anyway, when it's like this, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the lid on, let it simmer for like 20 minutes, and then throw it on a tostada. Because like since it's chicken breast, you know, that's one of the driest parts. So slowly simmer it with the lid on and let the juices incorporate. That's why I still added a little bit of extra water on here too. Otherwise it would have been too thick and burned on the pan or whatnot. But I'm still gotta I gotta wait for the onions to fully cook through and all the things. I may add a little bit more cumin to this. And if you don't have like plain cumin, what you can do is rip open a pack of that taco seasoning that's already prepared, one for every pound of meat. And so pretty much that's it. It's a really easy recipe. You put it on a tostada and then you put sour cream, avocado, whatever else you may like on it. And it's a delicious meal. So thank you so much for watching. And I may come back after I already played it up, but I might not. I might just put the picture on the thumbnail. And the reason being is if I'm taking time to film while it's on the tostada, the tostada is going to absorb the moisture and get wet. And I'm not going to be able to hold it and eat it properly and all the things. So I might come back and show you though. And oh, let me show you my favorite hot sauce that I like to put on it. Hold on. So my favorite one for this particular recipe is actually the black one, but there's a very little bit of that, so I'm gonna be using the green because I have more of it. And I really love this sauce on a whole lot of things, but the black one, since it's like more of a smoky flavor, it incorporates well with the chili morita and the morita pepper and the, what do you call it, the chipotle pepper. They have that smoky flavor, so the black one goes with it. But I really love this green one too on like almost anything. So feel free to give it a try, you guys. And let me go ahead and put the top on and I'll be back later, or if not, I'll just do the thumbnail. Okay, so we've been slowly simmering it for about 20 or 30 minutes. As you can see, the onions are already translucent. It's looking nice and juicy and everything. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these tostadas. I'm gonna make one for right now just to show you guys, but I'm gonna need both of my hands to do it. So I'm gonna make it and then I'm gonna come back on. But I use one of these, and then I like to put the meat on top of that, and then I'm gonna put some sour cream. I'm gonna shred up some of this cheese right here. Now this right here is actually, what is this? What do you call it? I forgot the name of this cheese. Lord have mercy. My brain is just so scattered lately, you guys. It's one of them Mexican melting cheeses that's for quesadillas, but it's not quesadilla cheese. If I remember, I'll tell you guys later, but anyway, let me just go ahead and get this done. And also, if you have lettuce, if you're growing your own lettuce, you can also go ahead and put it on, but I don't have any right now. I do have a little bit of kale, but not too much because we've been eating off of it already. And if you're available today at 6:45 Central Time, come on over to either Homemaking with Denise or Ebony, Ivy, and Time, because every Wednesday we get together and just chat about homemaking stuff. And that's actually where I picked up the idea of plan-overs to help like stretch a meal throughout the whole week and whatnot. So feel free to come on over. It's always a good time. We share tips and tricks over there and all the things. We talk about budgeting and yeah. So let me get my hands washed. I'm gonna get this made and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so this is what the finished product is looking like. And I actually went ahead and put on both green and black habanero hot sauce. And it's just gonna taste great. And if I'm not mistaken, this cheese might be called queso asadero, maybe? I'm not 100% sure, but You can go ahead and use whatever kind of cheese you want. When it comes to the tostada, you can use any brand that you want. Here in Chicagoland, we just use El Milagro because that's the best one we have available. If you live up in Wisconsin, definitely El Rey is the brand to use, in my personal opinion, of course. I love my Daisy sour cream, but if I don't have that, I'll use V&V Supremo because that's just my own personal preference. But use whatever you guys have on hand. That's it for now. So let me excuse me. Okay. So let me just give you a nice little view right here. This is what it's looking like. And actually, since I took so long doing this, what I'm gonna do is flip it over probably onto a whole nother tostada because this one's gonna be soggy by the time I get to eating it. So I'm gonna like have it like a double decker kind of thing. I'm gonna have this part right here on the top and then eat it on a crunchy bottom. So that's it, you guys. It's a really simple meal to make. Like I said, we're doing plandovers. So with the rest of the chicken, what we're gonna do tomorrow is heat up some tortillas, put the chicken inside of it, wrap it, roll it over, then put it on a baking dish thing. Not a baking sheet though, like a cookie sheet. It has to be like at least an inch thick and or an inch deep. And then what you do is pour over some sauce. Now I'm probably gonna go ahead and use the canned sauce, honestly, because it's just like quick and simple. But I could like make some more of this sauce that I did today. But either way, what you want to do is pour sauce over it, then top it with a whole bunch of cheese, pop it in the oven. We'll put some aluminum foil on top first. Pop it in the oven, 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, just so the cheese is melted. And then you can garnish it with the same things like avocado, put hot sauce, especially sour cream. And you enjoy it like that. You got enchiladas. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And in about an hour and a half, come over to Homemaking with Denise. And I don't know if it's going to be an hour and a half anymore because what I have to do, actually, since I filmed this video in parts, is I have to download an editing app because remember, like a few months ago, I had the issue where the other phone broke and this is a different one. So I have to download an editing app and actually merge these video slices together. Not slices, splices is the right word. But either who, thank you so much for watching. Lord willing, I'll be back in the morning with another Bible video. We're going to be on Psalm number 58, Lord willing. And enjoy your meal if you make it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever eaten tinga before. And have a very blessed rest of your day. Bye.